Here you are, let's go. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new around here, I'm Jesky Chuck. Here are two things we need to do. One, hit that like button. Two, hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, this is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
Ironic thing about life is that you are a different person to everyone you meet. To some, you're quiet. To others, you never stop talking. Some remember you for your kindness. Others for the time you walked away. You are a villain in someone's story, a hero in another's. And to most, you're just a passing thought, a name they once knew. You don't exist as one person, but as countless versions of yourself, shaped by fleeting moments and personal perceptions. And here's what's unsettling. You will never truly know yourself the way others do. You will never hear your own laughter the way someone else does. You will never see the way your absence lingers in a room you used to fill. To yourself, you are just you. But in reality, you are 1,000 different stories, none of which you will ever get to read.
That's why I try my best to stay positive and look on the brighter side of things. You never know whose life you may impact.
There exists a world that you can only reach between 3:11 a.m. and 3:17 a.m. Before you travel, I must advise you of a few rules. 1. If you see a shadow without a source, do not approach. It's searching for something to latch onto, and if it catches you, you'll never shake it off. 2. When a man in tailcoats offers you something like money or fame, politely decline and walk away. He always takes more than he offers, so who knows what you might lose. 3. If you notice the trees swaying in the breeze, run. There is no wind in this world, and nothing moves by itself. 4. And most important of all, if the stars begin to flicker in rhythm, do not look up. Those aren't stars, and they don't like to be watched. Safe travels.
The terrifying part of this story is I heard the gates of hell open every day at 3 a.m.
In the 1850s, just after the last reset, there began a massive push to reintroduce technology, culture, and even people to the world. World's fairs had these massive exhibits called live infant incubators. These exhibits were insanely popular, drawing millions of visitors. They even had nurses in uniforms acting like caretakers. The babies weren't premature. They were being artificially gestated. This wasn't just a medical breakthrough. This was unfathomably advanced technology. Artificial wombs, mass baby production. Sounds a whole lot like a new world being repopulated after something big went down.
I mean, it gets pretty scary when you start thinking about homunculi and incubator babies. It makes you question if they are homunculi, what's actually driving behind the wheel.
Incidents from the past that are still unsolved today. The pilot who radioed a UFO, then disappeared. In 1978, 20-year-old Australian pilot Frederick Valentich vanished over the Bass Strait after radioing that a strange craft was hovering above him. His last words were, "It's just orbiting on top of me, and it's not an aircraft." He and his plane was never seen again. The ghost ship of the Pacific. In 1955, a cargo ship called the Joyita was found adrift in the South Pacific with all 25 passengers and crew missing. No sign of struggle, no lifeboats touched, and the radio tuned to the emergency channel. To this day, not a single body has been found. The bloop, the huge sound from the ocean that nobody can explain. In 1997, underwater microphones picked up a massive ultra-low sound in the Pacific Ocean, as loud as a volcanic eruption, and heard over 3,000 miles away. Scientists called it the bloop, and for years, no one knows.
The bloop could have been Godzilla having a stomach ache.
What's your order? Wait, what's this? No, this is fun. Order this for a stranger, let's see what happens. I asked them for the number with the best thing here. They gave me this. I got you something too. I feel bad because you walked out of line, but yeah, I do food reviews. So right now I'm doing a food review here. So I'm just reviewing this, see if it's good or not.
Hey, not gonna lie, bro. You buying him that food might have just saved, because this very well could have been your last video. Did you see the way he stared into your soul, bro? then went to go sit down, bro, he was plotting on you, bro. He already had his hoodie halfway up. He looked like he was already having such a bad day. Like, just imagine he had like some sort of anxiety that didn't let him leave the house for years. And the day he works up the courage to go outside, bro, a man is touching his face. This could have very easily been his last straw. Like, I'm not even sure if you saved your own life, his life, a church, a school. Shit, it looked like once he realized you guys were recording, he chilled out. Cause like, that would have been too much evidence, bro. Who knows? All I'm saying is y'all better be careful with these pranks, cause you don't know what people are going through out here, bro.
Y'all better stop messing with people, man, with those pranks. You never know what someone is going through. That's why I treat everybody with respect and dignity. Always extremely polite when I do eat out. You really shouldn't be eating out, but when you definitely want to be nice to people making your food. Damn, I love that. I like this whole vibe. I want that shirt. I want this instrument. I want to wake up to that every day. Man, that's a vibe.
According to ancient Indian books, our history is far longer and more complex than we know. It is divided into vast ages called manvantaras, each one presided over by a Manu, a progenitor or father of the human race for that era. There are said to be 14 of these Manus in every great cosmic cycle. This implies that humanity has not had one origin, but has been rebooted or guided through 14 distinct ages, each with its own spiritual leaders and divine beings. We are living in the age of the seventh Manu. This extraordinary concept suggests a cyclical history of humanity, guided and renewed over and over again.
Secret of the Manus. That sounds very similar to the 6th and 4th and 5th seals.
You think the moon's real?
No, absolutely not. The Dogon tribe in Africa talks about the time before the moon. Literally, there was a time before the moon, which means what? Which means the moon was implanted there. It was not made by, quote unquote, the original OG God. It was implanted there. And like literally, there's a whole science about how it connects to Saturn and how it's literally like an energy suck station, how it's influencing the water and the magnetism of the reproductive cycle, the hormonal cycle. We're water. We're 70-something% water. If it affects the ocean, is it affecting us? Absolutely. Saturn is communicating with the moon, and there's like a connection there, and it's pulling energy. And there was a time before the moon, which means it was planted there. Yeah.
Saturn, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that Saturn is like Satan or something. And when you listen to Saturn, I don't know if you've ever heard of sort of this tone that comes from each planet, but when you get to Saturn, it sounds like hell.
I haven't particularly sat and listened to Saturn, but yeah, I'm not scared. Like, maybe I'll listen to it. Yeah.
Wonder who he thinks placed the moon there when it literally said he created a lesser light and a brighter light. Genesis 1:16.
Actually, Jeremy, I want to talk to you for a second. The Pentagon's UFO chief. This is a Pentagon guy, a UFO chief, the chairman of Harvard's astronomy department as well, both releasing a report on Tuesday where they wrote an artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes during its close passage to Earth. You've got the Pentagon talking about the idea of a mothership going above us and sending probes down.
Did you know that there is an island on Earth that is located on a lake that is located on an island that is located on a lake that is located on an island that is located in Canada? Did you know that there is an island on Earth that is located on a lake that is located on an island that is located on a lake that is located on an island that is located in Canada?
No, I did not. But they said Canada is the perfect place for a zombie apocalypse. You just need someone to watch all across all the different islands. Because what if zombies could swim?
A lot of you wanted to hear more on Turkmenistan from my previous video. It's a very beautiful and mysterious country, especially its capital, Ashgabat. Just look at the architecture. This is said to be just a Ferris wheel, a fully enclosed one. And you'll notice that star pattern in all of these beautiful structures. That's repeated all over. It's a beautiful city, but it's mostly empty. It looks like it's made to have tourists in the millions. But in fact, this country is one of the least traveled to countries in the world. The mainstream media says Turkmenistan is nothing more than just a country ruled by a dictator that built all of this architecture for seemingly no reason. Of course, any news or communication with a majority of Turkmenistan is pretty much impossible. All the apps in the Western world, pretty much all of them are banned, and cell phones included. But one of the most beautiful parts of Turkmenistan is from above. Look at that architecture. Everything was built and laid out with such purpose and such pattern. Just like those old world Tartarian structures. Is this one of the last remnants of the old world, hidden in the desert? Or if we trust the experts in the mainstream media, is it just nothing more than a dictator's playground? A dictator that seems to love to emulate the layout and infrastructure of the old world. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
What if this was one of the last Tartarian buildings ever made?
You've gotta watch this. What if I told you the reason you feel temptations for certain things and certain sins is very specific to what you're supposed to do? If you have the urge to smoke or damage your lungs, it's because your voice was made to worship. The enemy's trying to silence you that was meant to praise. If you have crippling self-doubt or insecurity, it's because you're meant to lead and inspire. If you weren't dangerous to darkness, it wouldn't try to mute your confidence. If you have constant distraction and procrastination, it's because you carry strategy, vision, and ideas from heaven. The enemy delays you because he can't stop you. Only you can. If you have an addiction to lust or it's because you carry a deep capacity for intimacy, covenant, and healing. Perverting love is how Satan prevents true restoration. If you have fear of rejection or abandonment, it's because you carry a spirit of belonging and reconciliation. You were made to gather the outcasts, so he tries to make you feel like one. If you have an obsession with appearance or body image, it's because you're meant to reflect God's glory, not the world's standards. So he's going to try to get you to hate your image. If you're drawn to witchcraft, astrology, you have a prophetic gift meant for God's kingdom. The enemy counterfeits your gift to keep you out of alignment. If you struggle with overspending or greed, it's because you're meant to be a kingdom financier. So he wants to keep you broke so he can never bless others.
I wonder what it means if you're able to see demons. Yeah, this thing. I need to learn how to play this. Look at the cows looking at him. They're like, man, we love this. That cow hasn't blinked yet. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again.
Coral is pretty and it's certainly green, but it's neither emerald nor olivine. It's fluorine rich and bonded tight. I'm of course holding some fluoroapatite. With calcium strong, phosphate in line, it forms flat hexagonal shapes given time. In coarse grain igneous rocks it stays, or sometimes in varieties of phosphate rich clays. But here's a twist that's somewhat profound. This material's in you and it's not just in the ground. Your teeth and your bones, they owe their might to structures just like this appetite. It's tougher than enamel made only with hydro, as fluorine steps in and makes acidity lie low. That's why in your toothpaste, that minty white paste, there's fluoride to keep those teeth in their place. In soils of Morocco, in rocks from afar, it fuels our food in shops and bazaars. Crushed into phosphate to help gardens bloom, an agricultural hero, not flashy but boom. In labs it's created, in test tubes and beakers, for coatings on implants for medical seekers. Even in space, on the moon's lunar crust, it hides with the secrets in silvery dust. A mineral modest but epic in role, from fossils to farming it plays a key role. A crystal enigma that's vital in bone, there's multiple reasons this mineral is grown.
If I had to name this piece, I would call it the Green Dice Jungle.
I know. They said this white woman, but they told you it's actually an Ethiopian albino. Now look at this. Now, this is why I'm trying to tell you, we cannot allow misinformation and uneducation stop the truth and tell us otherwise. I've been trying to tell you now, anybody within the cycle of what they are pushing to us, okay, what they're pushing, they will tell you this is a Palladian you're looking at. Okay, they will tell you this is a Palladian. Oh, she come from the stars. Are you serious? You see that? This is the world we lived in. It's all about culture. It's all about what they are pushing in different society based on, process of culture. But like I said, white people is not a different race. They are our people. They come from us as a condition. They are not a separate race. And let me be clear for people once again that push this nonsense. Any species that is different than you, let me say it again. If any species is different than you, the only thing that can make them different is compatibility. That means they cannot have your children. Let me say it one more time. That means they cannot have your children. If they can't have your children, they are compatible to you. That means they come from the same genome. They come from the same system. Okay? It is the truth. We got to tell it, and we got to stop nonsense. That is the truth. So, this is an albino, and she can go anywhere in America right now. Her credit gonna be high, and she can pass. She gonna ride, and her census, she is white. You get it? She can go places, and she will fit in just fine as white. Nobody gonna question her. Nobody gonna demand nothing. I know.
It's getting hot. Close the doors now!
It's hot here. It's hot.
Close the doors now!
We don't know how. We don't know how.
Oh, I'm getting this fun. Here's nice. I got some air in here.
When he let that air in there, he almost messed everybody up, man. That was at Seattle International Airport. The lady was like, we don't know how. Oh, man. Lord, cover them.
Customer got upset because an all-you-can-eat fish fry didn't live up to its name.
It's false advertising.
Bill Wisseth has a beef with the all-you-can-eat fish fry at Chuck's Place in Thiensville. He was there Friday when the restaurant cut him off after he ate a dozen pieces.
We asked for more fish, and they refused to give us any more fish.
The restaurant says it was running out of fish and patience, arguing Bill has been a problem customer before. They sent him on his way with another 8 pieces, but that still wasn't enough. He was so fired up, he called the police. Why did you think you needed to call the police about it?
Well, because I think that people have to stand up for consumers.
And he wasn't done. He came back 2 days later with a picket sign. Elizabeth Remming is a waitress there and says they've tried to work with Bill over the years, like letting him have a tab he still hasn't paid off.
What do you have to say about that?
Well, I've got a running account here.
Bill isn't backing down, saying his fish fry fight isn't over.
That's a rare NASCAR hat, by the way. That's a retro one. But anyways, he out cold for asking for more fish. He said it's a problem customer. That fish must be good. If I was the owner, I wouldn't know if to be mad or glad you enjoy my fish so much.
You have anything you want to share?
Me?
Yes, because you giggling a whole lot.
Because I can, right?
A whole lot. You're the only one talking.
I ain't talking to myself.
You talking to somebody? You keep talking. You have anything you want to share?
Me?
Yes, because you giggling a whole lot.
Because I can, right?
A whole lot. You're the only one talking.
I ain't talking to myself.
You talking to somebody? You keep talking. You have any
Is she playing the role as the Sith, or does she really have a problem with him? Man, let's wrap this up, man. That's all I have for today's video. If you made it this far, the code word is Thursday Motion. Be sure to drop Thursday Motion in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video, and I appreciate your support. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.